Okay, lesson for those of you who weren't able to be here for section 4.3. 4.3 is on polynomial division. And we're going to stick, just for time's sake, with synthetic division for this section because everything that we're using for this particular section involves synthetic division. So we're going to do that. It's the easiest, and most of you are pretty familiar with it. So let's say we have a problem like g of x equals x cubed minus 2x squared minus 11x plus 12. And they want to know, is x minus 4 a factor? Is x minus 4 a factor? In order for something to be a factor, it goes into it evenly. So I can say 6 is a factor of 12 because 12 divided by 6 is 2. 5 is not a factor of 12. It can be divided into 12. 12 can be divided by 5, but I would have something left over, so it's not considered a factor. So you can divide things that aren't factors, but if they're factors, then they go in there evenly. So I'm going to divide to see if it is. If x minus 4 is a factor, then on the outside of my synthetic division equation, then I'm going to put a 4 because 4 would be the 0 that corresponds with that factor of x minus 4. And I'm going to take all of the coefficients and write them here. So this is an x cubed. There's not a number in front, so I'm going to put a 1. And then I have a negative 2, and then a negative 11, and then 12. If you were missing a term, like this has an x cubed, an x squared, an x, and a constant, if you were missing a term somewhere in here, you would want to put a 0 to hold that place. But this one has all of them. Okay, bring down the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, and then add. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 11 plus 8 is negative 3. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Add these. You get a remainder of 0. So my answer for is x minus 4 a factor? Since there's a remainder of 0, I would say yes, it's a factor. If they said what is this divided by x minus 4, my answer would be, I start with 1 less, so this was x cubed, I'm going to start with 1 less, so it's going to be 1x squared plus 2x minus 3 with no remainder. Let's do another synthetic division problem. What if I had to do x, let's see, x to the 4th minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Okay, on the outside I'm going to put a 1 because that's the 0 of this factor. If I have x to the 4th minus 1, that's 1x to the 4th. I don't have an x cubed, so I'm going to put a 0 there. I don't have an x squared, so I'm going to put a 0 there. I don't have an x, so I'm going to put a 0 there. And then I have a negative 1 for my constant. So I actually have to put in 3 zeros to hold x cubed, x squared, x, and then I have a negative 1. Okay, bring down the 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and you add. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and you add. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and you add. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1, and I get a remainder of 0. So my answer when it's divided would be, I start with 1 degree less, so that's going to be 1x to the 3rd plus 1x squared plus 1x plus 1 with a remainder of 0. So this is the x to the 3rd, this is the x to the 2nd, this is the x, and this is the constant. Okay, let's try another one. What if I were to have x cubed minus 7x squared plus 13x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. On the outside, I'm going to put a 2. And then here I'm going to put a 1 x cubed, negative 7x squared, 13x, and 3. All right, bring down the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and then you add, and you get negative 5. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, and then you add, and you get 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and then you add, and you get a remainder of 9. So this answer, I'm going to start with 1 power less, so 1 less than x cubed would be x squared, so it would be 1x squared, and I don't have to write a 1, minus 5x plus 3. The remainder is positive 9, so I'm going to put 9 over my divisor, which is x minus 2. And that's how you write your answers to these synthetic division problems. And that is section 4.3.